the winter and it's absolutely bare. But the passion flower will grow through, it's up all the limbs. And I think probably in a month's time, the passion flower will probably start to show itself. It used to be at the bottom of the garden, but it's here now. So here's hoping that we'll see the gorgeous passion flowers through the trees, because it doesn't have a flower. Now, oh yes, this little plant here is a cross. It's a gooseberry, and it's a cross between gooseberry and a black grape. And the berries are very, very tiny, and it was done from the man who lived right at the bottom of the street. His main door is in Balsesney Road, and he was a gardener, and he did the cross. And when I gave him a cutting, or some plant I had that he wanted a cutting of, he gave me this bit, and it was he who actually made the cross. And now I can see when you get pamphlets in from all these horticultural people, this is now a plant. And so when I got this plant, would be in 1976. So it's now in all the horticultural magazines. I don't know what they call it, but it's a cross between a black gooseberry and a green gooseberry, you see. So, but they give it a name now, but they tell you it's a cross. So that was the man who made the original plant. That's that. This is just an ordinary gooseberry, bought from Woolworths, of course. But it does well, and the one who gets most of the berries is Norman. I never see the berries. Norman's always up to have a look at the garden, but also to pull the gooseberries. And they have a yellow tinge, which is, just when you bite it and squeeze it, it really is a lovely gooseberry. So that's that. And this, of course, I brought from the old house, the Anchorage. It's very old, and Ronnie said, "You're not taking that." I said, "Oh yes, I am." But it's needing to be cleaned up a bit. But I like it because, and here originally, you remember the swing, it was here, Tavis. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a swing here, and I thought, well, we're not going to lift the cement up. I'll put that pot on here. And I just fit it up with wee flowers for the spring, summer or winter. So it's a permanent thing. So we'll get that when I'm not here. I'll need to toss for it, I think. I think that's about all. Oh, there's this side, of course, that I've mentioned. And this I cut back myself for the first time. This is called Buddleia, and it's a butterfly bush. And the butterflies absolutely congregate round about it. And I'm pleased because I cut it, as you can see from there, and here it's growing, but that won't flower until the height of the summer. And this was only done recently. I tried to make myself a tall rose bush, see, and the stalk isn't very stout, so I have it staked with a metal pole. And this was just done last week with Murad's help. We pulled the thing out and tied it up. And what did Murad say? I don't know how, I couldn't have done that. Is that right?
What was that?
The
big rose.
Yeah.
No, I would neither have the tools or the experience to do that.
And this is a very common thing for seaside. Now I was always to put a label on to remind me its name. I've forgotten it. But it's just beginning to flower. There's nothing much here. Well, this is not a plant I would advise anybody to grow. name again, Morag?
What's that?
It's still got buds on it, but
Oh, the magnolia.
magnolia. But the wet and the wind, unfortunately, it flowers very, very early this season, usually about March. And, but there are still some young ones still to come. It's very pretty, but you only see it for about a fortnight and it's gone. The rest is just a lot of rubble here. I haven't been in to get this cleared. And that is the crab apple that matches that one over there. The seeds that I got into the wee apples that I got from roots, I planted and it grew. But I planted them in a greenhouse, and when it got bigger, I put it out. So that one is full of apples as well, absolutely full. Normally with these apples you would make apple jelly because they're too small. You couldn't possibly peel them and cut them up or anything. You just wash them, stick them into your jelly pan and boil it. And so that's the other crab apple. And there's nothing terribly wrong. Oh yes, there's a passion flower there I'm trying to grow up the tree as well. Whether it will, it's all in the lap of the gods. And this is just a hydrangea that I was very nearly pulling it out, but I've cut all the hardwood back and it survived, so that's okay. And those little things are like spring onions. You can chives. We've all, as you've probably done it yourself, when you scramble some eggs or anything, you take the leaves, chop them up, and they're a real oniony flavour. I got that from Rona's garden, which I've split up into two. And I gave Morag a taste of it just last Sunday, I think it was. And they're quite strong, it's very nice. And then the irises. The story behind these is wonderful. A few months ago I had a do that was done by Ilsa, and we had 6 or 7 people, and it was a lovely meal. Everybody congratulated her, and James was here and he was given the honour to bring in the food, you see, so that was that. And then he disappeared, and he came in with his wee hands and puts down in each plate that was sitting at the table, and we're all looking at what's this, you see. And he says, these are Granny's sweet peas, and I've been out and I'm giving you all so that the next time you come next year, if Granny's having another do, you see, you'll all be able to show and bring me back, and the workers get seeds back from the seeds that were originally in here. So after he left, we all had our bits and pieces, you see, and we all planted them, but I don't know, I know that 3 others have planted theirs, but I don't know if they've come on as well as this. So these are the seeds I came out. I thought there'll be no seeds left for me, so I stripped them, but I've no idea what colour they are. So these are the seeds that were more or less through James. That was then planted, and he hasn't seen them yet, you see. So what colour will be, I don't know. But that's a great souvenir of that wonderful Sunday after the church lunch that we had, and it was done by Ailsa and Just. But Just unfortunately took ill that time, and so his mum had to come and stand in, you see. So they didn't know what he was doing. So these are the peas. And probably if I hadn't had that do, I wouldn't have had any seeds to plant. So there we are, that's a sweet peas. So after all that now, I think I shall have flowers of bloom. Tavis will maybe come back again. Thank you, Tavis.